I got in the back of the police car. I still had my phone on me, so I called my mother. And she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Mom, I'm going back to jail." She jumped in the car, she was on her way. She got pulled over. She's telling the police, like, "Please, I have to get to my baby. My baby is going to jail." Never really wanted my mom so much until I went to jail. And then when she came, the look of devastation was on her face, and like, I knew she was hurt. Like, I kind of didn't want to live anymore.
Baby, I showed you how to dunk.
He won't walk.
Reality hits you younger than 18 years old. By the time you're 12, 13, and you see different things, you see how young kids your age are doing things that are like, that could get them jail time, like grown jail time. It's so easy to just fall into those temptations of wanting to just do something illegal. You can either get sucked into it, or you can sit back and think and be like, man, I really don't want to do that.
A lot of my family has been to jail. I don't know a family member that hasn't. The handcuffs being put on, that's like, it snatches part of your freedom, because there's like a slight chance you could get out of them, but once you get put in the back of the police car, where there's no door handle and everything is plastic. When I first came in, I did 4 years. Now they're offering 8 years, so it all adds up like 13 years. Makes me feel really bad. I lost all my good years.
I know that he's 19 years old. He made some pretty serious mistakes, and he's done some pretty serious offenses. But when you listen to his story, you are upset for that 7-year-old boy that never got the chance, that never got the opportunity to be the 7-year-old boy.
People don't wake up one day and say, you know what I want to do with my life? I want to be incarcerated and I want to be a career criminal. You know, in the criminal justice system, we throw around a lot of fancy words and fancy titles. One of those terms is rehabilitation. And in the purest sense, rehabilitation means make what it once was. From wearing a uniform and representing an organization like the Sheriff's Office for 25 years, I can tell you with a great level of confidence, many were never right in the first place.
About 4 years old, my mother passed away, so I lived with my grandmother. She read to me every night, almost like therapy. And not only did she read to me, she taught me how to read. And then I guess I just got addicted to learn that at a young age.
From what I heard, my father has 24 kids, but I only know about 16 of them. With my father, it was like, you never know what's gonna happen. You know, either the police gonna come or something's gonna happen.
You know, he talks lovingly about his mom, and I think his mom was probably the only positive person that he had in his life.
Whether it's not having those fundamental core values that lead to an effective, productive life, it's those things that need to be addressed.
In order to understand what's going on with children and with these kids, you have to actually go to their house, you have to actually see what's going on, you have to actually talk to them. And that's for any kid.
It really starts with the doors, you know. You can open doors, you can close doors. Once you come into something like this, you can't open or close the door when you want to.
Growing up in public housing, it's difficult. Just the type of people that's there in the public housing, usually people that don't have a high school education, have kids at a young age, not really ready to be a parent. It's a cycle. It just opened up my eyes and made me realize that if you don't take action for your life, you could be stuck in the same spot. I had to find a way to get out. The idea of going to college in general, that's nothing I ever thought about. My dad never sat down and was like, Michael, oh yeah, you can go to this college or this college. It was either you get a job or military. I received the call from my sister that my dad had been locked up. It hit me hard because we didn't really have too many people to rely on. And when I say we, I mean me and my younger brother, my younger sister. That was my last parent that I had, and knowing that I wouldn't be able to see him for years. Going to the Boys and Girls Club will teach you the things that you might not get from that, but not even might not, you're not going to get that from public housing. I left with positive thoughts versus dealing with hardships or dealing with certain things coming up at home. I saw it as a sanctuary over time. That's what kept me coming back. When it comes to selling drugs and stuff like that, even when it was in front of me and it might have looked tempting, if I think about the club, I'd be like, man, would I be able to go back to the club? It's something that was in the back of my mind. Part of being great is just sticking to something and actually disciplining yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying, Deshaun? For real, being great. If I ran the world, I would make it a requirement that every child in the public housing could be involved in the Boys and Girls Club. Every parent makes their kid get involved in the Boys and Girls Club. For the people that contribute to the Boys and Girls Club and donate and keep the Boys and Girls Club running, all I can say is thank you. And I feel like what they're doing is like God's work. I really mean that.
The first step in changing your path is to see yourself differently. And that's one of the great things that the Boys and Girls Clubs do.
Whether it's a Boys and Girls Club or another after-school program, you know, it's important that these kids have that support and go someplace where there's people there that love them and want them to be successful.
No one ever invited me to join the Boys and Girls Club. It would have helped me deal with my environment because, like, I wouldn't have been out in the streets, like, doing the wrong thing. I would have probably been around a lot of positive people doing the right thing, and that would have helped me want to do the right thing.
I think there is hope for Travius, but I think that Travius needs to believe that there's hope for Travius.
Some people think of like hope as far as like a wish or something like that. But I feel like you can't always wish for something. You got to believe that you can do it.